Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about the next round of COVID. So, we had the original COVID 19, then we had the Delta variant, which a lot of people didn't really take all that seriously, even though it was spreading a lot more faster and a lot more deadly. But that being said, because we had the vaccine at that period of time, people didn't take it as seriously. And now we have the Omicron variant, which has raised a lot of concerns and causing travel bans, which us as gig workers should know more about before we go and make decisions. Now, I was going to go through this whole article and tell you all the details that pertains in it, but instead I'm going to leave it in the description and you guys can read it for yourselves if you'd like. And I'm going to give you a summary version of what we know and what we don't know and what we have yet to learn about the Omicron variant. Then I'm going to let you guys know what's happening in the stock market for one, and then what may happen for us as gig workers. So, with that said, without further ado, let's get started. So, the Omicron variant was discovered in South Africa, and there was a lot that we didn't know about it. There were 30 mutations to the spike proteins. Now, because of these 30 mutations, there are a lot of questions. Is there an increase in transmissibility? Does it have an immune response? How effective is the vaccine currently against this? That because the spike proteins is actually what vaccine creators actually target when they are creating a vaccine. None of these three things have been confirmed, and it's very uncertain if the vaccine will be as effective. But they are in the process of testing this now. That being said, there are still travel bans being placed, including the United States, on South Africa to hope we didn't get the variant over here. Because it already came into, there were a lot of people that were infected in South Africa. A few travelers in Hong Kong that went to South Africa ended up getting it. And that being said, there is a decent chance that could end up being an issue for us in the long term. Now, a lot of scientists at the World Health Organization, or WHO, as well as scientists in South Africa, are in the process of testing it, and we don't know if it's truly going to be something that would cause anything in the economy or for us as our health in general. Now, why is this important for us as gig workers and investors? So let's start with the pre-market mover of Doordash Incorporated. I'll leave this in the description as well. So they're already up by 4.67%, and we didn't even start. We've been closed since Thanksgiving, and it's already out 4.67%. So stock closed on 184.93, and it's up $8 during the pre-market trading. Pre-market tends to be more volatile due to significant lower volume, as most investors only trade between the standard trading hours. Basically, a lot of people are pouring into Doordash as well as Peloton, Wayfair, and Etsy as COVID anxiety ratchets up again. So, in short, because the variant has been discovered in South Africa, it's clearly different and has antibody resistance. Travel and leisure stocks are selling off in early trading, while everyone's rotating into DoorDash, Amazon, and things of that nature. Peloton, Etsy are going up like crazy. Chewy, I didn't even know Chewy would actually have. Anyway, Wayfair. So, why do we need to know this as gig workers? If if people are going to be locked in again, if they're going to be more travel bans put in place again, if we go into a lockdown again, companies that were kind of praying for this opening to go smoothly may end up getting shut down. There are a lot of businesses that came out from the other side of this business, and some, well, they just didn't. So there's going to be some career shifting, for sure. There's going to be a lot of new drivers on the road. That's as normal. But that being said, DoorDash is going to grow. Uber is going to grow. GrubHub's going to grow. And a lot of people will need to make adjustments as such. Rideshare may be a little bit more challenging again. I don't think Uber and Lyft can take that kind of hit a second time. Delivery, like same-day delivery companies such as DoorDash, Uber, and GrubHub, and other companies of that sort, Roadie, might end up growing like crazy too. Instacart, Shipped. So that being said, what should we do as gig workers if we haven't signed up to other platforms already? Hop on it. Seriously, hop on it. Especially for companies that you think will have a wait list later on. So you want to hop on it now if you haven't done so already. Second, if you are investing at all, and you're going with the 3-fund portfolio, you could stay with what you're doing. It's like what ended up happening prior to the first pandemic is that there was a sick drop, and then it shot up and had the biggest bull run ever since the COVID pandemic started. And start working on the side hustle that you said you were going to start for the longest time. Because I think if we end up in a lockdown, financial shaking will, like the economic shaking, the anxiety and fear that comes with it, will end up playing a huge part in how the stock market is going to react, as well as all the other economic factors that go into it. So I know I say that for almost every video, but it is so important now more than ever to be financially savvy and to really understand and to really understand that you need to financially secure yourself just as much as everyone else needs to be financially secure. But that being said, this is just a short video to quickly inform you that there may be an uprising in the new COVID wave, and to be prepared for it. Oh, and also stock up on masks, hand sanitizer if you haven't already. I know DoorDash tends to provide, but Uber, for one, I need to be I didn't hit qualification to be able to ask Uber for masks and hand sanitizer, and I'm really not sure what GrubHub is doing about it. So if you need to stock up now, especially since we have already seen that with all the bottlenecking and all the challenges that happen with shortages and everything else, there can end up being a rise in prices and other things, and we've already seen the inflation. So get them now and just prepare yourselves. I'd rather be prepared for nothing than unprepared for what may happen. So, with that said, that's everything that we really need to know so far. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.